Okay.
So, hello guys, and welcome to our stream, our cross-continental challenge, where we'll see two wonderful and very skillful players facing each other. And so, I'm not alone today. So, please.
Queen, I am so very happy and excited to be here. I am JDZ and I am on a quest. And I am telling you right now, this cross continental challenge, something about it has sparked this love and interest in me. And I just cannot wait to be a part of this thing. So I had to volunteer my name. I wanted to come in the booth and thank you so much for volunteering yourself and giving me some time to broadcast this game. I am so excited. I'm motivated. I'm amped. I'm pumped. I am to the moon. And I'm ready to get out here and see some high quality Lorcana action. Let's do this.
Yep, of course. I'm also ready to see. We have Dinh that who's playing like his signature deck. So it's blue-red. And we also have Lam playing his blue-gray. And I can't wait for this
I
match
mean,
to start.
I can't wait either. I know historically this red blue or this ruby sapphire deck is going to typically be at the advantage playing against the blue steel. So I know DKP was very excited to see the parents come out and to see that he was paired up against LamChopss. But as you stated, these are two of the very best players playing these two color combinations at the highest possible level. So I'm sure they're going to understand exactly how they're going to pair up against each other. I know LamChopps, he's very he understands how to go against the red blue stuff. Typically, the blue steel deck is more of a mid-range, late finish kind of thing, but he does have those SMEs, and he will be able to put those things onto the board early to try to assume the role of the aggressive player. And hopefully he can get there soon enough, as I am representing, the United States in this. So I will be kind of rooting for Lamb. How about you? Who are you rooting for? Who are you pulling for in this match? How do you think this thing is going to go out, Queen?
Well, I think like Dinh will just win because his deck is better, because
Oh, come
Europe
on,
is better.
come on. That's unfair. That's unfair. That's unfair. We got LamChopss taking this thing down. And if we could, if I could just talk about LamChopss' deck a little bit, and just for everyone viewing at home, if this is your first round that you've seen in this tournament so far, just keep in mind that these players had one day. That is one day to put these deck lists together. And I am so fascinated with some of the takes that some of these players took to put their decks into the fray. So you see that some of the players kind of took the safe route and kind of just did what they've been doing, adding maybe one card here, one card there. And some players went all in and just completely changed the strategy. I think Lamb kind of walked the middle of the road of that. And he likes to bring that Calgoon into the building and bring that Pleek Nasty into the building. You see that Pleekly? Guys, go pick him up today. I think the card's absolutely broken. So make sure you go and get your copy of Pleekly. You know what I'm saying today? Now, I don't know if that card's that good, but he is going to be able to pair it with that Simba, that one drop Simba. If you notice, the idea, you put the Simba out, you can quest with it, you bring down the Pleekly, send the Simba to your Inkwell. I think that's pretty cool to kind of turn that Simba into some kind of pseudo Chernobog follower, some kind of pseudo broom thing, still getting some value out of that card. Also, late game, that one drop Simba, look out for it. As you're looking for some cards to dig to close this game out, you put that Simba into play, you can kind of get a little bit of cards going, and now, boom, you can kind of find that dime, find that Tomateo, find something to kind of close the game out. So I think the card is quite cool. And you can also shift Simba, maybe put that dime into the discard early on with that shift line Simba. I don't hate it. Still sticking with that whole new world. I'm not sure about that card in this meta. I think everything's too low to the ground, too aggressive right now, refilling your opponent's hand. Typically, it's going to be bad, but that is going to be the story of this match. How is Lamb going to be able to utilize those whole new worlds? How does DKP, knowing Lamb has those whole new worlds coming, what kind of game is he going to play? Because you notice DKP is not playing the Fishbone Quill. So that could be something that is very interesting to keep an eye out for as this match is going to be going underway. But Queen, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I'm motivated. I'm laser focused. I'm locked in. And if you're not locked in, if you're watching this stream right now, you're like, oh, yawn, here we go. This is just another. Wake up, okay? Because this thing's about to get started. And I need to feel that energy coming through you guys. Hey, yo, no pause. And we're going to get this thing absolutely underway. Because, Queen, this match could take maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. This match could be 3 hours long, as this is going to be one of the longest matchups that we could possibly ask to have with the red blue versus the blue sapphire. So I'm all for it. I'm here for it. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, because I guess that when two blue players are playing like one against another, it could be like ink, ink, ink. I have 10 ink, and okay, I have 13. But yeah, it's like I'm just looking at the deck of Dinh, and indeed, There are no fishbone quells, so maybe it can like reduce the number of card inked, probably, but probably not, because we do have Sail the Azeroth Sea, we do have Mufasa, so only one Mufasa, but it's still a very curious card to see in a red-blue deck, because not all red-blue players run it. And so we also have 2 hideaways that can probably ink 2 lucky dimes of them. So yeah.
I think it's going to be very interesting. I really think it's going to be very interesting. And just looking at these players, though, just going into their profiles and some of their players, I know I have a pretty good inside track on Jonathan Lamb. If you don't know this, a little dox myself. Jonathan Lamb is actually my Lorcana coach. I've been playing Blue Steel since I started playing Disney Lorcana, and I've been trying to find a way to kind of get better at this game. That is my quest. That is what I'm trying to do. And I reached out to John Lamb to try to pick his brain. Very big brain, mega brain quester out there. And he actually took me under his wing to become one of his students. And I'm trying to tell you, the level of intellect, I have very rarely met a smarter individual. He is completely big brain in this deck. And that's the kind of skills you need if you want to play this Blue Steel deck at the highest possible level. You have to be thinking about everything. I got one quick anecdote I'll tell before we get this thing started, is that when I was doing a coaching session with Jonathan Lamb, he looks at me. We're about turn 6, turn 7 into the game, and I'm doing my thing. And he goes, "Hey, what did your opponent ink on turn 2?" I'm like, "Coach, I don't know." He's like, "Well, he inked on turn 1. He inked this on turn 2. He inked this on turn 3. He inked this on turn 4. He put this. He's got this many cards left in his deck. He's got this." I'm talking, this is just all on the frontal lobe, straight up super mega brain duelist or super mega brain quester. And that's something that you really have to be if you want to be exceeding at this game. And obviously DKP on top of that as well. If you're going to top 8, 1, 2, 3, top 3 top 16 finishes, a top 32 finish, top 128 finish. That's insane. Okay. No one is doing that. Cross country, international man of travel and leisure, going all around the world playing Disney Lorcana at the highest possible level is going to be insane. So let's do it.
I mean, like, it's just I just have one argument in his favor, and I don't think you can beat it, because it's the only person. Well, I mean, he represents Europe. He does represent Europe, but he's also qualified for your American like challenge. He will be playing too. He will be playing too.
What can I say? That is so impressive. That is so impressive, because again, there may be viewers out there who aren't familiar with the DLC or what a DLC is. The DLC is the major tournament of Lorcana right now. It is the prime event of the regular main season. Okay, these are events that have 2,000 plus people sometimes, and they are massive. Okay, so to even come in top 8 once in your lifetime is a momentous achievement. To do it twice in one season internationally and get a top 16 and get another top 32 is insane. Okay, the odds and statistics just heavily weigh against you if you're going to do that 4 times in one calendar season. So it obviously is an incredible player. Obviously he's in tune with the deck. Obviously he knows what's going on. Obviously LamChopss is going to be walking an uphill battle, because as I stated, I will yield that DKP's deck is going to be a little bit favored in this matchup, because you're not able to really get down low and get super aggressive early. But maybe there's a way. Lamb does have those 4 Petes in the deck. Lamb is playing 2 aerials. Lamb is able to get those Smees down. If he can get to 10, if he can get to 10 to 12 before DKP can get the whole engine set up, then maybe you can close it out with the aerial dime. And Pete, I think, to stop those be prepared. I think that's what he's going to be looking to do, and I think that's what that's the path to victory. So within the game to watch is if DKP is able to prevent those things from happening, and if Lamb is able to negotiate those obstacles and make those things happen in his own time. So let's watch and see if that's what's going to go down.
Yeah. Indeed. So they are still shuffling their decks. So could you please just tell the players we are ready if it's okay for you?
Yes, I can. I will do that. Do that.
Yeah, probably they are just waiting for somebody else's confirmation, but still, I want to be sure. Okay, so yeah, we have already had a look at both decks, and as like I already mentioned, I also think that like red-blue is kind of a favorable matchup for red-blue here, but still blue-green. Sorry, it's my English.
It's okay. It's okay.
It is blue steel.
It's totally okay.
Okay, so it's blue steel. So it's still like a very serious opponent, and like everything can happen. And so with aerial, it can happen very fast. I mean
Okay.
questing. So let's
But Queen,
see.
your stream is live and ready to go, right? Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, I guess it should be live. Actually, yeah, yeah, of course we are ready. It's just that we have this 10 minutes delay, so
All right.
yeah, you all will just hear us 10 minutes later. But I think it's still fine. And this rule is just for the beauty of the game, and to be sure that like
Absolutely. I'm
there
going to
are
go.
no
I'm
leaks.
going to start sharing those links. I'm going to start sharing the links, and I advise you 10 minutes later from now, if you haven't done so, get out there and start sharing these links as well to all the questers and all the Lumineers out there, and let's get this bad boy rocking and rolling, and let them know that we got some top tier talent coming their way. If you play any of these decks, if you're interested in playing Blue Steel, or if you're interested in playing Red Blue, Ruby Sapphire, make sure that you're tuning in to these streams, and because again, as you stated, there's not a lot of opportunity to watch these high level matches. Okay, as these things don't happen that often. So huge shout out to Pavel, and huge shout out to all the staff at Pixelborn for putting this thing together and allowing this thing to be something that is a part of the community. Hopefully, this is something that is extremely sustainable and it maintains throughout, because I think it's been very, very good for the game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And also, it's such an amazing opportunity to have some kind of a pre-show for like our continental tournaments that will
Mm-hmm.
also happen quite soon. And so most of the players here, they are qualified for their European or American championships. So I guess it's like also an amazing opportunity to have a look at like different matchups, because set 6 is like is new stuff. So you
Absolutely.
you definitely want to like you want to have this like insight on new cards. You want to see how they perform. You want to see like what works best in which matchups.
100%, 100%. But Queen, I think it's underway. I think the players are getting started. I think we have the mulligans have been concluded, and
Yes.
I think we're about to get this started. I think Lamb has got everything he wants to do. He got the mulligan going, and he's going to be on the play going first. So that is going to be a step in the right direction for the American team as we're trying to even the score. No, I'm not went down to Frank Carson Day in a wonderful, phenomenal match. Make sure you guys get back, check that one out as well. Make sure you guys get back and check that one out as well. It was an absolute great match. So it looks like Lamb's going to be on the play.
Yeah, I actually thought that, like, yeah, it's very bad not to be on the play and stuff like this. But then,
Mm-hmm.
like, when I saw Frank Karsten beating No, I'm Not on the draw, I thought, like, okay, you can still win on the draw.
It's
So,
possible.
yeah.
As Lamb go ahead and gets down, a little bit of ink jams both duelists or both players go ahead and jamming down the popsicles in back-to-back fashion, as we'll just get another card cycled in and probably going to end up kicking it back on over to DKP. But we'll go ahead and get the TPO jammed to the inkwell, get his sail on. I don't want to sing, but I might.
Oh, yeah, I would say that like Tipo here in this matchup, it's not a card that you want to keep on the board. And of course, Tipo, he permits you to go faster, so to ink
Mm-hmm.
faster. But it's almost the same as if you just inked him. I mean,
Yeah.
you're like playing this card instead of inking it, and you
But
ink another card from your hand. While Sail, the Azeroth Sea, it allows you to like draw a card, so you're not losing your card.
very true. Very true. But maybe in the world you can play both, because as you know, Lamb is going to be playing that whole new world at some point, perhaps. Maybe he might not play it simply because DKP, as we stated in the opening, is going to be playing this really back and forth push and pull kind of game, trying not to get blown out by a whole new world, but also not trying to give up any tremendous value on a whole new world either. So maybe putting Tipo into the inkwell is going to be good for him. As Lamb is going to go ahead and ink the Pleekly, the Pleek performance goes into the inkwell, and then we'll go ahead and take a sail as well. So electing not to go into the Smee to try to start jamming some lore, just trying to get a little bit of rampage going here on 2. Maybe that comes back, maybe it doesn't, because every little piece of incremental lore you can get early game versus his deck is going to be pivotal. So we'll see. But he still can do it. He still can do it. He can double ink here and then put the SME out, but he elects not to do that as well. He's going to just go for the popsicle.
I guess like
and hold it down at 3.
I guess Lam, he wants to ink as soon as possible, probably because he already has the Lucky Dime in his possession. And so Ariel plus Lucky Dime is like such a strong combo. And to kill Ariel, you definitely have to use the Be Prepared, because you cannot use Sisu on her, because you cannot target her. So the only way for DKP to get rid of Ariel is like to play Be Prep. So it's such a key card, I would say, maybe in this matchup, and
100%.
It's very strong. It's very strong against Red Blue.
But we're going to go ahead and lean in on the Grandma Tala right now, just a cycle a card, and then we'll pass back on over to Lam, who gets into the Fishbone Quill. So still doesn't have any bodies on the board right now, just kind of still playing that slow and steady game, which I don't agree with. But again, I have to I put all faith and confidence in Lam. He's probably forgotten more about playing Blue Steel than I'll ever learn in a lifetime, even at his very, very young age. Quite talented, prolific player. So it's going to be obviously he's making the right decisions, but I'm so jamming these SMEs and I'm getting active as he's going to put one into the Inkwell, jam out the Fishbone Quill. So maybe you're right, Queen. Maybe he's all in on his Aerial Dime early and just trying to get up out of here with that combination and just ends this thing, as we're going to put the Pleakley into the Inkwell as well. And let's see what we're like to put down. We're going to jam the SME right onto the field, and then we'll throw it back on over to DKP. I like that maneuver. I like that.
Yeah. I also think that as long as Lam has Flaversham, like he knows that he can always draw some new cards because he already has like 3 objects. You just get rid of 1 popsicle. And so from DQB side, we see how viral goes. So I guess it's also a brilliant card in this matchup and overall, because you can ink and draw at the same time. And for me, like the win condition for Red Blue is like to ink enough, to draw enough, and then to play your like key cards, to play your Tomator with your Lucky Dime.
And I always like to see Grandma Tala singing How Far I Go. I think that's really cool. I actually went to the theater and I watched Moana 2 yesterday. If you had a chance to go see it, go see it. That movie is great. It's really, really good. As we're going to draw into the Cogsworth, probably going to find himself into the Inkwell probably soon, or maybe he'll get him down as well to try to resist this SME. Or will we go into the Hiram Flaversham turn this time? That brawl is just looming, waiting to just snipe that Hiram after a one draw situation. But we'll see. Let's see what Lam elects to do here.
Yeah, I guess also you do need to quest. You need to get some points of lore, because sometimes it could be like crucial in this matchup, because sometimes you can get something like 18 or 17 in one turn. So yeah, look, we have 2 Lucky Dimes for Lam, and so if you already have your 2 points, like you can just do the 1 turn kill. And usually when I get double dime in hand, I'm miserable. But I think in this situation, I think you might be absolutely correct. I think it is a great time to have a double dime going on. We got those 2 hideaways. We don't have any in hand right now, but if you can get that aerial down, you get double diamond, the game can just come to an immediate halt. I know that's something that can happen. So we'll see. Yeah, just I guess that like there is one problem, and it's called like be prepared.
But still, if you get the double dimes down, even with be prepared, you can just get another guy going, get another aerial going, get anything going with 2 lore sometimes, and that could just start piling up. I mean, every little piece is going to count. As we get another off the top, it looks like we're going to draw into, there's that hideaway we're just talking about. We're going to keep sending these Grandma Talas, electing not to get the brawl going on this Hiram, just letting him get another crack at it. Well, he's got 6. He can ink and still brawl, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that is what's going to happen, because you can't let this Hiram get out of control either.
Yeah, I think that like the situation is still pretty equal. Like they are in the equal position. I can't say that somebody is leading, because yeah, I do agree that 2 dimes it could be strong with the aerial, but the
Hmm.
point is, yeah, that we see the answer to the aerial, and also we see the answer to one of the lucky dimes. And like
Yeah.
DKB can immediately ink the lucky dime as soon as he sees it on the board. So we'll see.
We're holding out hope. It's kind of looking grim. This is kind of the not great scenario that I alluded to earlier. Is that you're running out of cards, your hand's kind of bricked, almost unplayable, and now you're getting to that 7 ink, 8 ink range where this red blue deck just becomes one of the most terrifying things. But you got the Pete, dime situation. But is it ever a world where you would go ahead and put that fishbone quill to work, get one of those dimes into the inkwell now, and then you're going to get completely eviscerated by that hideaway? Hate to see that, as you're only playing 2 of these lucky dimes, as is the most standard. So we'll see. I think he's going to do it. Oh, he's going to regret this really bad, as we're going to go ahead and do the fishbone quill situation, as we'll go ahead and probably tuck one of those superfluous lucky dimes on into the inkwell, and then he's going to, you got, like you said, we got the be prepared, we got the hideaway, and it might just be coffins here coming in unless you can, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what I also see in DKB's hand? It's like Tamator. And what I don't see the answer to this Tamator in Lab's hand. So like Pete will not be able to kill Tamator because
No. But he will be able to stop the be prepared I guess is the idea. He will be able to stop it, as Lam does get the dime set up. So maybe we'll just go ahead and see a hideaway come out now. And then I think that might just be that might be doom right there. It's not looking great, but where there's a will, there's a way. You never give up, never surrender, as we'll just slam the big crab onto the field. We'll get the popsicle back to the hand. And then it looks like we'll get a quest up. And now this is spelling doom, as we'll get into another Pete. So let's see.
I guess if he wants to play both, he will have to ink one of his bids, because like if he wants to play, if Lam wants to play aerial plus bid, he'll need 9 ink for this. So he's got to ink.
He won't be able to dime. Well, he could go aerial Pete this turn, dime aerial next turn with another Pete, and then quest dime maybe, and that could, I can't do math, okay, I can't do basic arithmetic, but that might be something that's close enough to get somewhere, because you do have to get that Pete down this turn, because that hideaway is a looming threat, and getting that dime put into your inkwell, you cannot recover from that, I know. So it's going to be interesting to see what Lam does here, I think. But you can't go double Pete. I'm sorry, you can't go double Pete, because you would need to ink the Pete to play the Pete. But maybe just play Pete. Oh no, we're just going to jam the aerial here. I guess you just gotta, if they got it, they got it type situation.
Yep, but I think I'm just wondering if Dinh will play just the hideaway, or yeah, I'm not sure about the B prep, because you definitely want to get rid of aerial, but maybe it's okay if she quests just one time.
Yeah, I think he's going after this dime right now, and then I think he's going to feel very comfortable in the position that he's built for himself, because at any moment you could always just be prepared of the field and just kind of kick it. But if you don't hide away here, you're going to start getting Pete locked out of this game, and that is going to be a problem. So we'll see if we'll see what DKP elects to do here with it looks like he's thumbing up the how far I'll go perhaps, but he might also be interested in putting this big Sisu down, as we will go ahead and think about it. Maybe just seeing how far I go, get another car in the fray. Maybe that'll make your decision-making process a little bit easier.
I'm wondering if he's not into, like, if he's not considering to play B prep this turn. I know that he will destroy his own board, but aerial is just like so bad. I don't really know.
I don't think he'll play it. I don't think he'll play it. I don't think he'll play the be prepared. I think he's fine with the crab there, because he's very close. Well, not very close, but he has the opportunity to kind of finish this thing. And if you have to turn that aerial sideways to get that extra lore going, then you could just knock it out with crab or that Maui that you just drew off the top of the deck. But you could, I still think I think with 4 Pete's, I think hideaway in that dime, I think might be the best thing for you right now. Just get that thing up out of there. But you'll go and quest up, as you now will get back the popsicle to make another draw. I don't know how much ink you have left. Maybe it's enough to still just hard cat or just play this hideaway, as we're going to go ahead and get another how far I'll go going. So we're going super far. I mean, we are so gone very far.
Yeah, indeed. No, I was pretty sure that he had enough ink to play the hideaway, because you must, like, it's a must. You
Yeah.
can not just say, okay, I left the aerial and I left the lucky dime together.
Yeah,
You
this is too
you
much.
should respect these two cards, because that can lead to your opponent's victory very, very soon if you don't respect them.
For sure.
So we see Tamator, and so 8+3, I'm just counting. If Lam can somehow play Pete here, so 11, yeah, he will need to ink 2 cards. Yeah, I guess that's what he'll probably be doing, because Be Prepared here will just ruin all his game.
Yeah. And maybe he feels that too. Maybe he's gonna. How much ink does he have left? I think he doesn't have it. I think he's put the peat into the inkwell, and we're gonna put the fortisphere down. So Be Prepared is probably 100% coming down next turn, because this time Mateo questing is a lot, and this aerial going for 5 right here is a lot. So I think, let's see, Tomateo, I think I can't count all the items, but it looks like he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like Tomateo's questing for 6. Still not quite enough, but a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of lore coming back in next turn. So now this, oh, he draws into the dragon. Oh no, not the dragon. Oh no, not like this.
I think, yeah, no, he has a choice, like, between, yeah, just playing the dragon into Tamator and, yeah, just taking this aerial with his own Tamator, or even with his Grammatalis, to
Yeah.
keep Tamator out of the range of Zeus.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Lamb's playing Zeus, but if he were, I think he has like some grab your swords. Maybe
I think it's open decklist. Is there a way to finish Tamator without Zeus?
yeah, I think if he were to hit into the aerial, that'll put him down to 5. So you would have to do like a Tinkerbell double grab your sword thing, but I just don't think
Yeah,
he has the resources to put that
it's
together
pretty
either.
much impossible. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's not playing Be Prep
No.
here, and yeah, I think
Yeah, this
that's
game might be a
correct
little.
way.
As he's going to send the lucky dime back to the bottom of the deck, I just feel he's got another one in hand. He just feels in complete control of this game. Maybe there's still an opportunity to get to the whole new world. Perhaps could be a play to kind of just get something going, but he also has Let It Go as well. That's a card that Lamb can play to kind of get out of this situation if you were able to get to that. So maybe Ariel saying whole new world, get a Let It Go going, and put Pete down, and maybe. But this is looking really grim. This is looking really grim. I'm not gonna lie, for the home team.
Yeah, I guess just Dinh will just be winning this game. He's a little like this.
Oh, he got it. Oh, but now he's gonna have to hard cast it, because the Tomateo was able to, or the Grandma Talos were able to take down the aerial. So we're gonna have to ink the tank. We're gonna have to hard cast this whole new world, and that just feels absolute misery. As we're going to send the Pete to the inkwell as well, and then we're going to hard cast blast this whole new world of dazzling place I never knew. No one can tell us no. Let's see what happens here. He'll have 6 ink to work with, and no Pete's in the hand. Yeah,
I think there is nothing, because actually Lamb just really lacks something in his tech, and I think it's like Be Prepared. Oh wait, he's not playing red. Yeah. Like, he's just like, why play blue gray when you can play like red blue, the best deck? Why?
Hey, rubbing it in. Okay, now you're just rubbing it in. Okay, now you're just rubbing it in. You got Europe winning, you got red blue winning. You're just having a field day. But you know what?
Yeah.
We'll never give up.
I also had Frank Casson won his game.
It's okay.
Because like Kendall was not prepared. Like, I think everybody who saw the matchup between Frank and Kendall, they saw that Kendall was not prepared.
You said Kendall was not prepared? Oh, I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. He was definitely prepared. I mean, he could. Oh, I get you. You're so funny. I get it. You're so funny. No, he wasn't prepared. Get it? No, be prepared. No, be prepared with 17 left in deck. That's hilarious. I love that.
He had 4 chances to be prepared, but he was not.
Oh, I get it. I see what you did there. He was not prepared. I love that. I love that.
Right.
Very
so,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a
That's
GG. That's going to be a
21.
GG. All right, so Lamb goes down there, and that is kind of a textbook operation of exact DKP hit everything he wanted to hit there, and Lamb just couldn't get it done. I will ask maybe about those SMEs early, because typically Lamb is a big SME guy, and not getting that SME down early, I think he went all in on that aerial dime, and maybe he could have took it a little slow, got that SME in, and just started ripping, but that could have not. I don't think would have made much of a difference, but who knows? Who knows? As we're going to go ahead and get right on up out of that game one and jam right on into the game two. In the game two. And just like that, for you viewers at home, if there's anything you want to talk to the players about, we'll do a quick interview after this game is over. So make sure you get those questions. Oh my goodness, into the stream. And you guys are filling the suit. If you guys are out there filling the suit as well, and you're representing the United States, send me your energy and your chi, and maybe we can get this thing turned around. Because in round one, Europe jumped all over us. Okay, round two, we even the score brought it back up to a more of an even playing field. In round three, it seems like we're kind of going downhill a little bit again as DKP takes game number one.
Yep, and yeah, I don't know. I'm rooting for for Europe, of course, and yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I don't have like my European T-shirt or hoodie or anything, but yeah, I have my dress, and our European players, they have their skill with them, so I think that's enough.
Okay.
So yeah, they have all this experience, and yeah, like Dinh is actually like it's an amazing player with such stable results, and like he came from Yu-Gi-Oh, and as far as I know, in Yu-Gi-Oh he also had this amazing results. And rumor has it that like actually in Yu-Gi-Oh apparently, if you got it to top 8 or top 16 or something like this, each time you did it, you got a Nintendo Switch, I guess. And apparently DKP, he had a wall like decorated with this with these Nintendos.
So that is so funny. I would like to see a picture of that. That is quite hilarious, you know. And that's a chronic thing. And I don't want to speak ill about Yu-Gi-Oh or Konami in this situation, because you know, we're trying to be positive over here, but I don't think there's any comparison to the games. And I really personally don't understand why anyone would choose to play the current iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh opposed to picking up this game. Ravensburger and Disney, shout out to both of those companies. I think they did something great. Maybe it was by accident, maybe it was by circumstance, but they created a game that is not only incredibly fun, but it's incredibly testing as well. It's incredibly complicated. It's a complex game, but it's quite simple. And if you notice, some of these players who keep winning, keep having these successful runs, they're all extremely intelligent. And I think there's something to correlate between being very good at this game and also being extremely smart. So it is definitely some level of complexity to this game that is clear. There's a super skill test to this game, and it is some great lucrative prizing. So seeing players get snatched from other games into this game, I think is going to be something that consistently happens. As we got the triple cognator in the hand.
Yeah, but it's not poker, so I guess he's just going to discard them.
Oh, and we get the dime early. We get the clique early.
House. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, just this game is also so beautiful, and we see some like amazing play maths. But well, there is one more thing that I can relate to, and I can be like compared to Dinh. Like, unfortunately, it's not a double qualification, but he doesn't have a playmat. And actually, when I play tournaments, I do this without having playmat.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Like tournaments.
Queen.
Yeah,
Queen.
I do.
You gotta fix that. You gotta fix that, Queen. You gotta change it up.
You know, really that's what my opponent of day 2 in Bochum said. Like that's what he said.
Here's the theory. You get the sleeves to protect your cards. You get the mat to protect your sleeves. Okay. The tables are dirty. You're gonna get dirty sleeves and you gotta change them out. Just get a mat. It can be a cheap mat.
I do have mats. I mean, I do have them. It's just that I'm a woman and I have my like handbag, and there is a place for the deck box in my handbag, but there is no place for the mat.
Fashion over function all the time. I completely understand. As we're going to start off, Lamb's going to come out with the popsicle again. Pass it over. We got matching popsicles for the back-to-back games. We got that lucky dime early in hand. So maybe we might see this Simba go ahead and get brought into the fray and get that lucky dime into the grave or into the discard at some point. As let's see if Lamb leans into this Smee this time, or will we continue to sail? As it looks like we're grabbing up that sail, and we're going to think about it. Maybe it goes to the inkwell. Okay,
yeah, it does.
so we'll.
It does.
Okay, so we do ink the sail and lean into the Smee this time. Let's see if we can get a different outcome. If this Smee can go for a full 6, perhaps that could be the difference maker you need, as your dime is already in hand.
Yeah, I would say that if you don't play Smees and Calhouns, I mean, if you ink them instead of playing them, your red-blue opponent, they have more time to ink. They are free like to go. They don't have to control your board if you don't have any board. And so I think that's why you actually like need to play your Smees and Calhouns, because it will slow down your red-blue opponent. So for me, that's the strategy.
And to your point, I think that's a great point. In my experience, the only time I can beat red-blue when I'm playing blue steel is I take every single possible character I can and I jam them into the field as early as possible, and I get them bad boys horizontal as quickly as I possibly can, just to get as much lore going as I can. And then hopefully, you know, I can either get a singer set up and I can wheel myself back into more cards, or I can get that aerial dime to kind of close it down. And that's how my path to victory. So it seems like that's what Lamb is going into this time, as we got the Simba going, get the dime into the discard. And now DKP has a decision to make here, as we're going to go up to 4 ink, probably going to just hard cast the how far I'll go. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
what do you think of that?
To do this. Well, I think it's a destiny move here, because you really want to get it quickly. I mean, the ink. So because you really like, when you're playing red blue, you need to do like 3 things. Let's say so. You need to ink. You need to draw to ink, and you need to control the board if there is any. And as I've just said, if there is no board, it's getting like much easier. Because you just need to do 2 things. You need to draw and you need to ink.
I'm reading some of the comments. I realize I've been saying Tomateo this all. The man's name is Tomatoa. Okay, and I know this, but for some reason, the way my brain works, it's Tomateo, and he's been Tomateo, but he's Tomatoa. Tomatoa. My bad. Stream out there. 10 minutes later in the future, as DKP is continuing to ramp hard, he's got that B prep, and it is just ready to get fired up. So we're going to probably keep inking aggressively, get that Be Prepared going, because your hand is actually kind of bricked and unplayable, and you got double Hiram now. So maybe you ink the Hiram, jam the Medusa, pop the Hiram, and
definitely want to get rid of Hiram, because like it's the draw engine, like, and it's the only draw engine at the moment. Like Tamato is also like a little bit of a draw engine if you have the popsicle, but it's not the same, and it's like way slower, and you just draw 1 for 1. So yeah, I definitely agree with the decision to Medusa this Flourisham.
But now we're getting to the point where it looks like Lamb is kind of running out of gas, and he still didn't hit that 10 threshold. You want to, at this point of the game, when they get to 7 ink, you want to be at 10 or more, and you're at 8, which is still pretty decent. But now this Be Prepared is looming, and you're about to absolutely feel the funk right now, and it's going to be sad if DKP elects to put this thing down. You will have another draw next turn, but man, oh man, it's looking chalk.
Yeah, and he does have a card to ink, even though I don't think he's willing to ink this Flourisham, but I think he has he has choice. Yeah, he can probably ink something, if he finds an inkable card. Yeah, okay, he doesn't even need to ink Flourisham. Okay, yeah, it's just Be Prep. Yeah, and the board is clear, and the only thing Lamb has to play is like this: his top deck and his popsicle. Yeah, Big Ben is like weak here because of the big Sisu. Yeah, now we have he's hard casting a whole new world, and it's never a good thing when you have to do this, I would say so.
And I think that was a good play too. A player like me, I probably would have went out and jammed the Cogsworth there and tried to set up a singer, and got completely annihilated by Big Sisu there.
Yeah, no, so you never did that.
that was a good heads up play. Just inking and just trying to get those cards out of hand and get some value out of it there, instead of trying to be patient, set up that singer. But now you have the opportunity to fishbone Quill. And maybe you can get that Pete down, and this could be enough. Like I said, you got the aerial going now. Okay.
Yep. By the way, what do you think of like milling your opponent here? Is there a way, is there a world where you can like discard all good cards of the red-blue player?
That is a great point.
And if they draw too much, maybe you can like.
That is a very, very good. That is a very, very good point because, and honestly, that is technically it's a win condition in this matchup because you do have wheels, and sometimes these red-blue players get very aggressive with the cards that they draw. Their heroes just go crazy. The how far out goes, all the tomatillo, popsicles, and all that stuff, and their deck gets really, really tiny, really, really quickly, and you just keep willing into willing into willing, and they can just lose. So that is a great point. And we'll see if that comes up as we're going to go ahead and jam Tomateo as well. Tomatoa.
I think as a red-blue player, I'm like really careful with the draw when I play against yellow still, not blue still, but yellow still, because I know that it's actually their win condition, also like one of them. And so I've already had some games that this strategy of not drawing too much, like literally saved me. And I realized that if I had drawn like more cards, I would have lost the game. So like, yeah, be careful with your draw while playing against a deck that has, this whole new world.
And I'm trying to tell you right now that line of play is definitely in the frontal lobe of Lamb's mega brain. He's definitely thinking about all the ways to win at every start of the turn. He's like, can I win? How can I win? Maybe he's got that other wheel kind of looming over there on the sideline, and just looking at DKP's deck. He's still got quite a few cards. He hasn't really been going too crazy with the draws. But just keeping an idea of those looming threats, how many dragons are left, how many Tomatails are left, how many B preps are left. And if you can just get rid of all those cards, maybe the deck just can't do anything. So that could also be an option that Lamb is thinking about as we got the aerial set up. Maybe we'll get that Pete aerial going at some point. As DKP is just kind of shuffling a little bit, thinking about it. Lamb asking a couple questions.
So yeah, probably. I'm just looking at Ding's deck and how many B preps. Yeah, we have 4 B preps, so he has like a lot of chances to draw another one. But yeah, of course, if there is beach plus aerial, B prep will be impossible. But as soon as there is no dime, aerial is not like that huge of a menace. Well, I
think that five lore that'll get you up. That's something to think about. That'll get you up to that 13 range. You got Pete going to 14. Maybe you got Tinkerbell coming down, and I don't know, but you still have to think about more Be Prepared coming your way as we're going to go ahead and pop up here. And even if Quest and Comateo get another popsicle back, he's got a lot of dig cards too. So this is still not out of the woods yet, anywhere near close to being out of the woods yet. But if you keep digging, keep drawing, Ariel can just straight up sing this whole new world as well. Keep that in mind and just blow your hand up again and then get a whole nother bounty of new cards, putting the Simba into the inkwell, putting the Tinkerbell into the inkwell, singing whole new world. Doesn't seem like a bad plan. DKP might be locking and loading right into it right now. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Yep.
I said, what are you doing here? If you're Dan, let's see if you can call the play.
So, well, I guess I will be willing to find some B preps.
But you might not be able to because he's got that peak. So you might be in trouble.
Here, I will be just like, I know that this turn it's impossible, but. I guess I will be just inking and creating some board presence because then I will be calculating because I think I cannot do anything against a dime if there is one. Just like I see that there is no dime, but if there was one, so we have like 6 plus. Well, we have like 14. Yeah, it's still not enough even with a dime.
I think maybe getting that TPO going, I think might be good too, just in case. Because I think Will just annihilates you so bad because you're gonna lose out hard if he sings this thing. And singing is looking very, very tempting because you can sing, fine, let it go as well, and you're just off to the race. I think you can stabilize at that point.
Wait, he has it. Does he have a Dragon Maleficent. Yeah, he does. But
He does have Mally Dragon.
yeah, I'm just thinking if there is a world where we play this on Peach, just to create some powerful board presence. But I'm not sure that's like such a good idea still. But you still get rid of like one point of lure. Yeah, I guess he can, like, with the dime, Lamb can get 19 if I'm right. Like, he's at 8,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, 19. And I'm just like thinking, no, he's setting up his own, like, his own game, but I don't know, as
Hmm.
he is at 0, I don't think I would be playing the second Temator because I guess like you will probably be willing to find a B prep later,
Oh.
and you don't want to B prep your own Temators. So yeah, he has the dime now. I mean, maybe he's trying to like to set up a situation where he could probably get like 17. Yeah, because he needs 17 lore points of lore just in
Absolutely.
one term.
I'm
Yeah.
and I'm looking at that whole new world, and I'm like, you gotta play it. Like, this is a turn. You can roll the dice, you can gamble and not play it, but I think that is just so wild to me. You got this aerial set up, but if you turn that aerial sideways, she's probably not going to be long for this world in that next turn. So that's maybe what Lamb's thinking about. Maybe he's thinking about, I can play it next turn, I can hold out hope, but it's kind of really going to be putting all your eggs in one basket. You could also go into this Hiram now and try to get some more cards. Maybe find some of those let it goes that you have and get some of those tomatillos off the field. And it looks like we're going to go for ink on the Flabbersham. We got a little bit of lag coming in, so just give us a little bit of patience. I'm sure it'll resolve here soon as we're going to get the Fishbone Quill going as well. So yeah, it looks like he's setting up to sing. Perhaps Ariel's about to do her best Jasmine impersonation, it seems. Perhaps, or maybe he just plays it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to calculate if there is a way to get to lethal for DKP. So yeah, he can have 11 ink. So we have a dime.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like 3 Temators if Lamb doesn't kill one of them. So it still
But
seems to be quite complicated, no? It
there could
depends on
also
the
be a
object.
world. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it just depends also on the number of objects drawing. Like, but Dinh, he doesn't play ice blocks. So, and you need quite a lot of objects to set up a one-turn kill. Okay,
Okay, so he
so
does just go for the hard cast. So he plays it outright, leaving himself with 9 ink. 9 is just enough to get a dime down and played and tapped on Ariel. And can he get to it? Is he the GOAT? Can he get to it? And he absolutely cannot. He's going to whiff on the dime. But he does get Tomateo, Calhoun, Sail, Fortisphere, a little Simba, and a Hiram. But we do have that Be Prepared in hand, another Mally Dragon, and some more cards to dig. DKP's deck still looking vibrant, not anywhere near decking out. So, it was a gamble.
do you remember actually if DKP has another popsicle in his discard pile?
I don't know if he has another. I know that he used one to pop with Tomateo, and then he quested one, got it back just to dig a little bit more. So he
Because
does. I
that will
think
be lethal, I guess. I mean, you have 3 objects, so yeah, with the dime, I guess. No, yeah, he can play the dime. Does he have the dime in his hand, or he
he did.
discarded it?
He just brought down the Tomateo and was able to get dime back to hand. And now DKP has a decision to make here in this spot. That Be Prepared is looking quite juicy. That might be the way to go. You have 2 of them back to back, so you can break that board back to back turns. And that also spell demise, as Lamb is right there knocking on the door of greatness. He's going to try to get that dime set up next turn, but you're going to lose your board twice. But that's going to stall DKP in terms of the momentum factor. As he's playing these Be Prepared, he might not be able to set up those next turns because he doesn't have the ability to double spell, because he doesn't have that much ink. As Lamb's sitting at 15, he's only sitting at 10.
Yeah, but I guess that this one will be for Lamb, I guess, because it's Tamator plus Dime. It costs 15, plus you can
Mhm.
ink 2. And so you will have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yes, I guess it should be lethal. You need 17, and you need. No. It's not lethal because I was looking at the ink. I always do this.
You're no,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need
yeah.
17 ink. Well, he has that fortisphere as well. Can he get to 18 ink? Because 18 ink, I think, might be able
No,
to put it over. No,
I
because he
don't
can
think so.
also no, he won't be able to quest the Tomateo. I'm sorry.
No. That's the point.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to calculate the lethal with like tomato plus dime, so you have 15. But yeah, you only quest for 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5, and he's at 14. No, I actually thought that he was at 15 because I was looking at his ink.
Hmm.
I need to
He's gonna
stop
have
doing this.
he's at 14, and if he can
It's
get,
one
that's what I'm
off, yeah.
saying. If he can get to the point where he has 5 items down, because Lucky Dime is an item, and he's got the Fortisphere,
I think
that'll
it's
put him at 6.
impossible. It's impossible. I mean, talking
Yeah.
about the ink, you need 2 to activate the dime, and so you need like
Right.
15 to play the dime plus
Yeah.
Tamator. So
No,
no, no, it will be one
Dime
off.
and Tamatoa. You need 17,
Mm,
a 9 and 8,
so
and that's just not going to be enough. So
yeah. But it's okay because you can ink 2. I mean, it's okay. Like
yeah.
you can ink 2. You do the fishbone quill plus your
Hmm.
like usual ink.
That'll
So
get you, that'll get you
no,
to 17.
he can do this, but it will only be 19. So it will be
Um,
one off.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see though. We'll see. This
Four
is still not
objects
a bad
plus
spot. It's still not a terrible spot. This is still not a terrible spot. Let's go, Lamb. I can feel it. The energy is coming. Did I say Tomateo? I didn't say it again. I did not say Tomateo again. Tamatoa. I'm writing it down.
Tomato.
Toa my truck. Okay, we're gonna toa the truck. Tamatoa. There we go. Not Tomateo. Come on, man. Wake up, dude. Come on, some Tomateo.
Tomato.
No, it's a, I don't know. Tomateo seems Tamatoa.
I guess I
And
have
that's
this with Calhoun because I always want to call her like Calhoun because
Kaloon.
actually, yeah, because like in French we don't pronounce the H, and yeah, that's why like everybody's calling her Calhoun.
I like it. I like it. I don't know. I actually like the Tamatoa character. I think he has, and I was talking about this on one of my other streams, is that in terms of the Disney songs, I think, and you might not agree with me, I think that's one of the top 5 villain songs ever sang. The song that I Want to Be Shiny. He counts as a villain, and I think that song, the Shiny song that he sings in that movie, I think that's one of the best villain songs out there. I don't know. What do you think? What is your number one villain song? As we're waiting on DKP, he's in the think tank. He's mega braining this thing right now, trying to figure out how to get through this.
Yeah, my number one, I guess it's like the song that is called is it Infernal? It's the song of Claude Frella.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's Hellfire. It's Infernal in French and it's Hellfire in English. So it's like
It's from
Infernal. And
Hunchback.
yeah. I think
Nice.
it's
That
like
song is good.
my top one. And I also like think that like Be Prepared is it also
Oh, that's
deserves
high.
its place in the top because it's like so like the ambience and everything and like I
Oh yeah,
really love the song. Yeah, but I do agree with you like on the point that Tamatoa's song is also amazing.
I love it.
I don't remember how to sing it. Is in
I
English is it
gotta
like
be
bling bling?
shiny.
Yeah, it's
Now,
shiny. Yeah, and in French
right.
it's bling bling.
Blink,
And
blink.
yeah, and he's also actually like called Tamatoa bling bling. So
Nice. That's pretty
and
cool. I want a
yeah,
French version.
he's so shiny. Yeah,
As
yeah,
well as
In English he's so shiny.
so the play that he went with was actually just bring out Maleficent Dragon, banish the Tomateo.
Yeah.
What happened? Lamb, what happened? What just happened? Yo, what just happened?
Yeah,
What just happened?
I'm also trying to understand.
Oh, I think he accidentally thought it was GG's and he scooped it up.
I don't actually know what they will
What do
be
you
doing
do?
in
I
this
mean,
case.
Can we rewind the tape and see what the hand was and get those cards back into the inkwell? I mean, that's weird.
That's that's really weird. I think it's the first time I see this. Well, I can like understand kind of like the situation because the European
Yeah,
team is just so strong.
he had lethal damage in hand because he could quest aerial, play Tomateo, and play dime, but he scooped it. He had game.
Did he have more objects than?
Yeah, he had
DKP?
Fortis Sphere and Lucky Diamond. So he did have game in hand. I mean, we did see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but I don't know actually. Really,
So
I don't know if he just
that's going to be tough because
said
the
it.
judge is watching. He did have lethal damage in hand, and he thought that he had it, but maybe he showed it in the unviewable area. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's quite crazy indeed. I really don't know what happens in this
Yeah, because
case.
he had. Oh man, that's tough.
Okay, like DKP is just so strong that even if you have lethal on board, you just concede the game.
You lose a winning position. He's that. Ain't no. You can't be that good. I mean, he's good, but you can't make people lose winning games now. Come on.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I really don't know what
So
they are going to do.
Are we playing 3?
Will they be playing the third one? Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Are we
it
going
was,
3? I'm confused.
yeah.
Let me hop into the Discord and see what the judge is saying.
Yeah, do this, please. Okay. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna see if I can get some answers because I think he thought. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that he thought he had game on board and elected to just game scoop. Are they playing 3?
Yeah, maybe it was just this actually. Like, yeah. I think normally they are playing the third one.
Oh, okay. So it looks like they are going to play 3.
I
So
think
they
yes.
talked it through. Shout out to both of these players. They have a deep respect for each other, and I'm sure they understand understand the position of what would have happened. They kind of played it through. We did see Lamb's hand from the booth. Again, keep in mind that that blue marker that you see on your screen, anything below that, the players cannot see from the other person's perspective. However, for us in the booth and everyone at home watching can see the cards that are on the screen. And we did see that there was lethal damage in hand from Lamb's perspective. And I understand that both these players are incredibly competitive. So obviously you want to get the dubs where you can, but there's really nothing on the line except for regional pride and bragging rights. So I think DKP understands that maybe we could just go ahead and we can go ahead and play. We're going to play it out perhaps just because this is an exhibition. This is for, I don't want to say for fun because this is extremely competitive, but at the same time, we're here to demonstrate our skills, and you can't pimp off like that. You got to finish the drill. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to talk to Lamb later. You finish the drill, you play the game all the way through. Don't be stunning before it's time to win. Win all the way through.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's just like for the show and also like to show off your skill.
They're not playing. They're not going to play. They are not going to play. I think they're going to end it there. They're not going to play. They're going to end it. They're going to end it. They are going to end it. That is brutal, but hey, you got to finish the drill, and that is going to be the first thing that comes to the top of the question list is what happened there at the end result. So I'm gonna go ahead and undeafen myself, and I think the players are coming in to the booth. Yo.
Against it during continentals because they can always have like early aerial into lucky dime turn 7, and then like even that it's quite fast. I cannot do anything against that, and yeah, sometimes I just lose against it, and I don't think it's that favorite, but still really interesting match.
For sure. You just got to get out there. You got to get out there and play the cards. But what about you, Lamb? You seeing that red blue? I know in our coaching sessions, I did tell everybody that you're my sensei, and you kind of gave me the path to victory, how to beat that deck. What happened in this matchup? What was your plan to come in facing this uphill battle?
I see. So for the first game, I didn't draw wheels, so I had to play with what I had in my hand. I was hoping that he wouldn't have the hideaway, so I could play the aerial down and then play Pete's the following 2 turns to block his hideaway plus B prep, which is only outs to the dime aerial. And then the second game, I think I was in a pretty good spot. I did make a few mistakes. Like I should have played the Fortisphere after the seal in order to have enough items for the instead of playing the Tomatova, I should have just played Fortisphere or something else. So I could do Tomatova and grab the time next turn for 6 Lord lethal. but overall, they were really fun games, and it was
Nice.
it was fun. It was kind of silly the way it ended, but it was,
Yeah.
it was a really
Yeah.
good experience too. It was a really
But-
good experience to play against King. So
Okay.
One thing is like there was also quite much to see, like how he sequences plays, how I sequence my play. For example, like I assume that most players would have went for like Hiram instead of the hard
Mhm.
cast Fargo. Because first I
Right.
knew he was about to drop with the Hiram probably. And second, I need to counter ramp because he was about to out-ramp me and then went into Hiram plus wheel or something.
Right.
So I need to hide Fargo there, go with the Medusa. I grab a second Fargo instead of the second Medusa of my, what was it, Fargo. So I
Mhm.
knew because my plan was literally Medusa, kill. He probably develops something big because he had so much ink. And at that time was Tamatoa, Sting, Fargo with the Medusa, and then be prep. So it worked out. In the end, it came down, literally came down to him either misplaying or me drawing the last item. Not last item, but one more item.
yeah.
Dang. But I mean, it's still like you said, it still was incredible. Queen, what do you think about this matchup? You got any questions you want to ask these great players? I mean, it's very rare you get some players of these caliber to pick their brains. What do you think about this matchup?
So I think that the main win condition against Red Blue would probably be trying to get the quill and spam wheel as many times as you can. Set up the singer early and try to wheel and drop as many peats with big threats as you can. And try to go over an ink, especially for the non-quill versions of Red Blue. You can do that pretty easily, but you just have to make sure you find the wheels right away.
Okay. And while I got both of you guys here, as I stated in the stream, you guys probably obviously didn't hear what I was saying, but I do feel that both of you gentlemen are at the top level of these two color combinations. When I think of red blue, I think of DKP. When I think of blue steel, I think of Jonathan Lamb. So can you talk to the world really quickly about with the condition of those decks? Because we're at that doom and gloom phase of both of these decks. This set 6 format is becoming extremely low to the ground, extremely aggressive, and everyone is saying like, hey, these strategies don't have what it takes to cut the mustard. Do you think that's true? We'll start with you first, DKP. Tell me what you think about red blue and how it fits in this set 6 metagame, and then what changes you think you can make in order to going into Continentals. Like you said, it's happening this weekend. Last chance qualifiers open up to the United States today, so get out there and buy your tickets. What do you think about the status of your deck and changes you can make to kind of even the playing field against these very aggressive decks?
So yeah, red blue is interesting for mainly one reason. It's like now it depends on, are you playing the main event or last chance qualifier? Because if you play last chance qualifier, I wouldn't play red blue or ruby sapphire, because you have to win. If you lose the dice roll, you have to win on the draw twice, and you can win against green purple, but not often. And it's more like a lose most of the time. So that means if you lose the dice roll against Emerald Amethyst, you will lose and then you're out. It's not like you lose and you can make comeback, it's still top. No, you're out because last chance qualifier. So I wouldn't play it there. For the main event, it's a bit different. It's still not looking great because now with the development of red blue, because we are forced to do certain things, you'll weaken yourself against something like Amber Steel. Like Amber Steel can draw you now, actually.
Yeah.
Especially with the current builds. They can draw against you. Green Steel not so much, but red purple was always drawing against you. What else? Green purple, you can force a draw. That's a good part about the two-game format, but that's again, it's another draw. So for me right now, the best picks would be playing something that has a better field, or like a better chance, like a better baseline, which isn't any faster deck, like steel decks. green purple itself, something like that, and then you can take out for the mirror match, take out for certain matchups, and that's just give you more like win percentage. But if you want to play red blue, of course, it's still possible. But you have to have in mind that you have to counter different things, like the counter the aggression of amber steel is not like countering the aggression of green purple, because green purple is like also pushing you with the bodies, but also burning you afterwards, like having reach with the lore gain. While amber steel doesn't have that, and amber steel is aggressive, but you only need to, quote unquote, only need to get the board control, like B preps and C-Sus. Those plays a bit differently because like big C-Su and B preps are quite slow against green purple, but it's really good against amber steel. And then you can try to shift C-Su for both decks. That's like one way that you can try to win that, but shifting is high rolling like every single time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, depends on if you play the hand C-Su or not, the inkable one or not. But unfortunately, it's also uninkable, the good one, the better one. So now you have to have the shift line, you have to keep 2 uninkable cards.
Yeah.
Which is really bad too. So it doesn't look good for red blue. Like I expect at the Continentals to see much less, mainly because people know, oh, against green purple, I have a bad matchup. Against green amber steel, I tend to draw quite a lot now. And also the players are not like average or something, right? They're all got the invite by DLC or going 5-0 at a quite different.
Hold for 1 second, DKP. I just read the comments. We're on lag, and Queen, they can't hear the players. I know we talked about this as a.
Oh.
Okay, they might be able to hear now. I'm so sorry.
I have to repeat myself?
No. I think we. Okay, it might just be a little bit of delay. I think we're going to catch up to it.
Okay. Yeah, but in general, let me wrap it up. Well, like what would I choose? What? My top picks are right now amber steel, green purple, and third one red blue. But red blue needs a specific meta, I would say. Like it depends now on how the wheel. It's always a wheel, right? It's like a paper. So it's like red blue beats amber steel beats kind of green purple beats red blue. It can change. The nuances can change, but that's like the overview, right, of the meta. And now it depends on where the wheel stops, because if like everybody thinks, yo, let's take amber steel, then of course you can get paired against 3 or 4 amber steels, and then you suddenly maybe 2-0 them all if you counter that deck. But then you have to build to beat amber steel, or you will face like a lot of green purple and then you're out. So that's really difficult. The same applies to green purple. Like it's not like, oh, I take out my deck and then I can go there and beat them. Everybody will take. It's not, they are not average or bad players, no, right? They're all qualified players, meaning now they will like try to outplay you or counter you.
And you know they're gonna they're definitely going to have a plan for you. Like they're going to be red blue has been one of the most played decks in the metagame very consistently through a lot of DLCs. So you're going into these things in the blind or whatever. These players have their thing that they like to do, but they're going to have a consistent plan set up for you specifically. So that's something that you're going to have to plan for and worry about.
Right? So right now, nobody, people might assume I play Ruby Sapphire, but then if I turn up,
switch it up. There you go.
Mulligan completely wrong, and I punch them, right?
But I'm gonna throw it over to Lam. I want to pick your brain, Sensei, for this as well, because you loaded this deck up, and I thought it was really cool for this tournament with only 1 day to put this thing together. I thought you came up with some really interesting things with Simba, with the Shift Simba, with the Pleek Nasty over here. I got my Pleeklies. Talk to us about where you think the status of Blue Steel is at, and what changes you think to make. Because personally, in my testing, I've been having a lot of bad times when I use the whole New World situation. It's just been so poor. I've been refilling all these aggressive decks, hands, just loading up more songs loading. It's just been so underperforming for me. Talk to the world about Blue Steel and the status of it and what changes you would make without giving up too much information for your continental run that you're about to run into.
Gotcha. I think for Blue Steel, there has to be a lot of shift of focus to controlling the board early, because there's a lot of aggressive decks, and I think Pleakley, sadly, in the matchups I got against in this tournament, he's not really great into any of them. He's probably better into the steel matchups, but there hasn't been any way for him to get any time on the board because I just always ink him. But I think that Blue Steel, it's always rough for Blue Steel because it's so dependent. The builds of Blue Steel are so dependent on how the meta is shaped. But I think once the European Continental is going to come out, then it'll be clear like how the meta is going to be forming and how to build Blue Steel in order to counter the meta.
And in our training, you did tell me that. You told me that Blue Steel is more of an anti-meta deck, where it's going to be hard to build an anti-meta deck when you don't know what the meta is. So you and RMB, both of you guys are very prolific players playing a Blue Steel strategy in this tournament. Very different, wildly different choices of cards that you wanted to play because you're still just playing off of speculation. But as this thing starts to resolve a little bit, gets a little bit more stabilized, then you can probably come up with the correct card choices and quantities to put those things into the play. And maybe you can. But do you think the deck is still playable in this format? Some people are jumping ship. We got a lot of people getting up out of there and dropping the Blue Steel combo. What do you think about that strategy as a whole? Do you think it's still playable in the current iteration?
I think it's definitely still playable, and it's probably going to have a set of meta, a big piece of the meta, but probably not anytime soon, just because people are still figuring it out.
Absolutely,
I think there's hope for it, and I think that it will still be a good force going on into set 6.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, that's all I have. I'll probably let you guys go. Quinn, you have anything else you want to toss over to these wonderful players before we let them go get some rest and prepare for their next or go celebrate with their team? 100%. Okay. But again, I will have to piggyback on that. Thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you for participating in this thing. You didn't have to do this, showcasing your skills and talent for the world to see, putting on display. There's not a lot of opportunities for people to see high-level Lorcana action, and this goes a long way to help growing this competitive community, because seeing the best players at their peak, it's not many opportunities that we get a chance to do that. So both of you players coming out doing that, huge thank you to you, and hopefully you have great success. And I'll be watching both of you with great clothes. And I'm a huge fan of both of you players, and I'll be cheering on you both in the Continental Challenge. Hopefully, you guys can make it on to the World Championship.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will use my own continentals as testing ground for the NA continentals.
Let's go. Maybe go back to back. Maybe you can keep the top train going and just go back to back and get 2 worlds. Wait, will they give you 2 world invites? No way, right? Come on.
They would pass it down.
Okay, they pass it down. Okay.
I will destroy dreams.
That's unfair. Yeah, you should get a double. You should get 2. Yeah, like triple invites, man, or something, or at least I don't know, I don't know. There should be triple invites. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? But I love it, and good luck to you. Good luck to you both.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Absolutely. Bye. Bye. Oh man, Queen. They did it. Oh, we're down 0-2. I'm so sad, but I'm still happy. And I want to thank you for letting me come in here and do this commentary with you. I had such an amazing time. It was so much fun. Thank you to Pavel and the Pixelborn crew. Thank you to Phil, head judge, hold it down at www.ieenchanted.com. Go check out Phil. Hold it down, keeping it rocking and rolling all day long, and this was a blast. I had such an incredible time. Hopefully, I can get back in here and do some more. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely. Of course. And if you guys want, if you're interested, I mean, I just got to plug myself really quickly, Miss Queen, if I can, on your channel. If you guys want, you can throw me a follow. I'm just starting to stream on Twitch. I'm getting into the Lorcana space. I'm coming in from the Yu-Gi-Oh space. Okay, I'm coming in from the Yu-Gi-Oh space into the Lorcana space, and I just started my stream on JDZ Quest on Twitch. So go and drop me a follow if you can. I would really appreciate that because I'm all in on this Lorcana movement. I'm infatuated with this game. I absolutely love this game. It's merging two of my favorite things, being Disney and trading card games, into one. So I am just absolutely in hog heaven, and I'm having a great time playing this game, and I want to play as much as possible. So if you also enjoy playing this game and you want to follow me on this quest, go and join me at JDZ Quest on Twitch, and we'll get this thing absolutely rocking and rolling, Queen.